Okay, so let's see today about SSH. See how you log into Windows. See, when you click on the power button and it will ask you username and password. Am I correct? So you have to give the password. Then, if the password is correct, it will log in. Similarly, Linux also. I mean, it's also a server, right? It's a machine. So you have to give a username and password. But the thing is, there will be a protocol inside that. There will be some protocol inside the mechanism to log in. Like, let's say you want to in Windows. I don't know about the protocol in Windows, but in Linux we'll have a yeah. But in Linux we'll have a protocol to log in for that. So it's been like every day you might have seen me. Let me show you again. So every day I'll connect to AC to machine, right? This is the command I use. If you observe clearly, this is an SSH command. So I'm using this SSH to log into Linux server. Simple enter. Yes, say logged in. So this is the command we use to log in. SSH is a protocol. Well, I'll tell you what is protocol, blah blah and all. So first thing, before SSH, there is something called telnet. Still telnet is there. I mean telnet. Still it is there. I mean, so we use for network communication mostly. So that is used for logging also to server logging. Like let's say from my laptop today, from my laptop, I logged into some machine Linux server wherever it is. I don't know, maybe it is, let's see the location. It's in Ireland. It's the server, whatever it's running here, is in Ireland if you see here. And I'm in India. So the communication is happening from Ireland through, sorry, India to Ireland, right? So whatever the communication is established through Telnet, which is a little older one, is not secure. So let's say now I want to, I logged into server already, but now with the Telnet, it's not, you know, really secure. So anyone can able to come in between. They can able to track whatever we are transferring the data. They can able to hack it. They can able to do anything, get all our data, information, everything. So due to this, they have come up with some other solution called SSH. But let's see what is SSH. So yes, yes, H. Sorry, H. So this is nothing but a secure shell. Secure shell. Secure shell. Here SH and here yes SSH. That's what it's called, secure shell. Why? Because when we use this protocol, SSH protocol, we are connecting to the server. I mean, we are able to log into the server securely so that an encrypted will be available by default with this SSH, so that no third-party users will able to access it, do something or hack it, something like that. So this is what the useful of SSH. So here, what's happening is logging into a machine means you generally, if you observe logging into a Windows machine, you open a laptop, you'll access these things, whatever this UI and all. But in Linux, there is no UI, right? As of now, I mean, UI is there, but we prefer not to use the UI. We prefer to use the command line. So to log into command line, and this is the command line. This command line will have a shell. I told you earlier, so there will be bin bash, bin sh, ksh, zsh, so many of them. So we are logging into the shell actually. So we gave the server name and we are logging into the command line, which is nothing but internal shell. So here there will be so many shells. What we are doing is through this SSH, we are accessing this shell. Like let's say current shell. I mean, how to get current shell? There is a command. Let me just type it. Bin bash. This is the current shell. So with SSH, we're trying to log into this shell, and this shell, what it will do? See, I type cd or ls. This will take the input from us and it will give back to the kernel. The kernel is running in the backend, which is managing this all these things. This shell takes the input from us. I mean, whatever the command we give, gives to kernel. Hey, this guy gave something, some input. And what it will do, kernel convert, get that, gives the output to shell back, and shell gives to us. This is the output for your input. This all happens within, I mean, internally, but you can see the output here. Input and output you can see. That's all. So SSH is used to connect to a remote host to make it simple to log into Linux machines. As simple as that. See, every day we'll use this as SSH because when you are logging, you're using this protocol only. Nothing else. There is nothing else to log in to. I mean, without SSH, there is nothing else to log in to Linux machine. Maybe there are one or two will come later, but if it is pure Linux machine, without SSH, you can't log in to the machine. That's obvious. So use it every day. So how this works? Let's say, is there a paint? Yeah, there's a paint. Ah, let's say this is your Windows laptop, and this is a Linux server, Linux box. Yeah, local laptop. Let's say. I know it's too not visible at all. How to increase the font? Oh, yeah, 20. Okay, so this is the mission. They'll call it Linux box, Linux blah, whatever. All are same, so no need to worry about any of. So this is my local laptop. I want to connect from here to here. So where is the arrow mark? Yes, take it. Connect from here. So what will happen? Through SSH, I'll connect because I want it to be secure, obviously. So obviously it is obvious. So this SSH, what it will do is how this works. I mean, like okay, you connected from here to here. That's okay with the command. How it works? How this will work? I mean, how it will encrypt? As I told you it is secure. But how it works is there is so there is something called keys which will be used, public key and private keys. So what happened is when we log in, there will be public key for user, public key for user. For every user, it will be different. I will show you. We'll go there. And private key also. So private key will be there. So what happens is once the user trying to log in with some user, let's say SSH with a test user. Test user. This user have a private key and public key, and this Linux server verifies that. So we log in with the user, let's say with the public key, and what this Linux server will do is it will take the input. Okay, he's logging. This is the guy name is test. Does he have access to login? First thing. So it will check it. First thing is sorry whether the user exists or not. If the user exists, okay, it is exists. Does he have access or not? How it will check whether the key pair exists or not? That's all. There are few files in the Linux server that will come later. So these files, this Linux server will check that file. Okay, whether the key exists or not for this user to log in. If the key exists, it will allow. If not, it will say permission denied. Got it? What I'm saying? So sorry, I was drinking water. So these public key and private key unique for every user. So test user is logging to Linux server. It will test user will have a public key. Will share the public key, and private key it will validate. Okay, this user is there or not. If this user is there, it will allow. If not, it will cancel. That's how it works usually. So, but here if you observe, I'm using a key. Where is this? I'm using a key, right? This is not the. Is this the public key? Yes, this is the public key. There will be a private key. Here, what happens is in the AWS only, not in general Linux. In only in AWS, there is no password for a default user. By default, there is no password. So that's why they gave us this key to log in. There is no password. Usually, we log in with password. We log in without password because that's there are multiple. But in AWS only, they gave this key pair dot pem. In generally, we don't use key pair, so we'll just use our own username and password or our keys. So to log into Linux machines, yeah, as I told you, so we use this approach, generating the keys, storing the keys, and logging it. Let's say I have one more server. Let's say this is the machine I have. I'll create one more thing. Let's see, launch instance. Mhm. Come on. 20 twist. Yeah, okay. Mhm. Yeah, I created another instance, another server. There are two machines here now. Let's say one, two. So I logged into one already. Now I'll log into two also. That is also fine. But through this SSH, I can log in from one machine to another machine. From this machine, I can log into this machine. Or from here to here. Through this SSH, I log into that. That's how we establish a communication. Let's say we have two Linux servers and I want to establish a communication between these two. It means we want to talk to them. We want them to talk to each other, copy data, transfer, whatever it is. We use SSH for communication. Communication in the sense, what do we communicate? What data they do? Will they talk or something? No, the data transfer. If they're in the same network, the network level, obviously they'll communicate, but privately, if you want to access the data of that machine, blah blah, do something through SSH only, everyone will do. Even now also. This SSH will be used every day. I'm telling you, right? Of course, I mean, to log into the machine, you obviously need this SSH. It's as simple as that. But let's see how we log in and all. Okay. So for now, We are logging with PIM file. Let me just disable that. I'll tell you later what exactly got stuck. Yeah. Mhm. Because we are logging with a key pair because we don't have password. Let me just enable the password first. Hmm. Is it password authentication is disabled by default? We'll come to all this again. Don't worry. Okay. We're fine. Systemctl SSHD. Sorry. Why this keyboard, man? I want to set a password for that user now. I think. Password is okay. Clear. Password is set. Now I'll simply log in. We'll see. SSH. Yeah, I want to log into the machine, right? SSH, obviously. What is the mission name? What is the mission name here? IP address. This one. IP address or host name. Anything. This one or this. Let's use this. No problem. So if you log into mission, you need IP address, obviously. So don't ask me what is IP address. Okay. So this is what I'll use. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, this type is. If you observe, it is asking for a password. But earlier it was not because earlier we were using a key, but now it's asking for a password, but wrong user. Why it took this user? I mean, we didn't mention anything. Due to why? Due to that only. So if you're logging to a Linux server from anywhere, if you don't mention the username because we didn't mention anything, it will take the whatever user here present in the machine. That's why it is showing here. So, but we do have user, right? We have user to log in specifically. So that's why we have to mention the username. What is the username? EC2 hyphen user at the IP address. It means login as this user to this IP address. Now it will take the EC2 hyphen user. If you don't mention anything, it will take whatever the user is present here. I mean in the machine. Now let's see. See, it's asking for a password. Let me type my password. See, logged in to the machine. This is how generally we log in. I mean, forget about AWS, forget about the key for now. But if they gave you Linux machine to log in, they'll give you password. This is how generally we log in. Let's say you went into some company, they gave you a user ID. Usually, there will be a user ID for you for everyone. So you have to use that user ID to log into the machine, or they'll give you some other user. SSH, that username and the IP address or host name. So to log into the machine. So now I logged in. So this is how I use SSH. Similar way, this also. Sorry, another server. We'll see that later. First, we'll check here. So this is how we generally log into the machines actually with Linux. Now we'll see. As I told you, SSH is a protocol. So it means there is a service running for SSH. The service name is SSHD. Let's see the status. Systemctl, sorry, ctl status SSHD. See, it is active running. And I forgot to tell you, SSH. This protocol works on port 22. We can change this, no problem, but as of the default port is port 22. You can see it, right? So port 22 is where you log in. But we didn't mention the port anywhere. I mean, if you observe the command, let's go back again. So we didn't mention the port, but by default, it took the port 22 if it is SSH. Let's go there also. Let's change the rest try, no problem. So as I told you, there will be a service for that. Systemctl we already checked, and there will be a configuration file. It will be in slash etc ssh slash sshd underscore config. This is the main configuration file where, sorry, it does, I have to use sudo. This is where the SSH configuration will be present. If you observe just before logging, I changed something here. The only thing I changed is password authentication. I kept as yes. It means by default, password, I mean, by logging through password to this machine is disabled. You have to use the key to log into this machine. So what I did is I just enabled this. I mean, from no, I kept yes because I want to log into this server with password authentication. And obviously, you see empty passwords. If there is no password, you can simply allow it or block it. I kept no because without password, I mean, user is there but no password. Simply just like swiping on phone without any authentication pattern or something. So just like that. But it's disabled for now. Okay. So this is one of the major in this configuration. We don't touch anything, but first this is the first one we'll touch. Password authentication should be yes if you want to log in with password. And obviously this will come later. This we haven't touched it. Mm, permit root login. By default, what happens is like root is not allowed to log in directly. Let me try that. Let me just save it. Let me keep. I'm just reverting. I'm not saving anything. So let's set the password for root first. Simply pass WD is changing for root. So let's try login as root from this laptop, my laptop. It won't allow. Let's see. One, two, let's see that will allow or not. See, permission denied. Even though I give the correct password. If I use this EC2 hyphen user, it will ask for a password. Obviously, if I give, it works. Why? Because root logging from remote is disabled actually by default. It means root cannot log in by default from remote server. This is the option that which is blocking it. I'll remove it. Permit root login. Yes, I'll keep it here. Mostly no one keeps it, but just for testing, I'm just showing you this. That's it. Just for class purpose. But this permit root login will always be in disabled mode. Okay. I made a change. Restart the service. See, if you modified something in a service in configuration file, you have to restart the respective service. Otherwise, the change won't be reflected. Let's say you updated your phone, but it will ask you to reboot your phone, install the software and reboot your phone. If you don't agree for that, you won't see the change, right? Similar way here also, if you do some change in the configuration file, if there is a service for that configuration file, I mean, if there is a service or if the configuration file belongs to some service, you have to restart the service or reload the service. So here what happens is like if you don't do it, the changes whatever you did won't be visible, won't be applied again. So now see I log in as root. But as I told you, so it's prohibited. You know, don't use root login directly. Always, no, even company no one uses this. So this is the configuration file. Whatever you want to change, you want to change it here. Let's say, as I told you, read port 22. If you see here, and I didn't like the port 22. I want to maybe for double two double two. Just same. How I did a change. Systemctl restart SSHD. I restarted. Now try with 22. It won't work. See, let's try. See, connection refused because we changed the port to double two double two. So you have to pass icon P double two double two. This will work. Let it running. It won't work. Why? Because I need to allow the in AWS. I need to allow some port. But forget about this part. What I'm doing now. We haven't come to AWS yet. I'll tell you later. But just just think of that only. That it will work. See, one, two, three. Blah. If you observe, I disable the root. That's why it's asking for password. Now what I have to use? EC2 hyphen user. Obviously, I gave the wrong username. I don't know why is keypad is not. Hmm. Yes, see, I logged in with port double two double two. Default is 22. You don't need to mention it because by default, if SS means it will take 22. But we changed the port. That's why we had to pass this icon P. So is it clear? Now let's say this is the configuration file I told you. Come on. Yeah. So just out it back. It's I don't want to use a different port. You can use. I mean, there is nothing wrong here. But every time you have to pass icon P command back to Y2 and as well. That's it. And remaining all are don't touch them. Just keep as it is. Only one thing is permit root login. Don't enable this anytime. Okay. And this one I'll tell you in a minute. That will go there. See, if you see, all are commented. If you see, only one, two, three are uncommented because we don't use any of those. Whatever is uncommented here, only those will be used. Empty passwords, we don't want to allow them. User should have a password mandatorily. That's very secure. Insecure, I mean, if you don't have a password. And password authentication, yes, we have enabled the password authentication. That's why we log in. These are all you can don't change any of this. And remember, I told you. Sorry, remember what I told you. If you are sorry, if you are like changing some configuration file, restart the service. It is mandatory. Otherwise, it's running. There is otherwise your change won't be applied. Whatever change you did. Let's say I changed port 22. I mean from double two double two two, I changed to double two 22, right? So if I don't restart it, it won't take it. The Linux server doesn't know that port is changed because the service haven't restarted it. That's why. That's why you have to restart it. Okay, this is how we log in with Linux with password authentication. Now let's say I want to log in from one machine to another machine, another Linux machine. Of course, from my local machine to Linux, I moved it. It's fine. Now I want to log in from one machine to another machine. It's the same way. The same way means like let let me just let's log into another machine. So yes, this is the default. I mean, I have to use this thing. Security. Inbound zero. Cool. This will I'll let you know when there is. when we come to AWS. Don't worry. SSH, where is this? Yep, yep. Mm-hmm. Come on. Yes, blah blah blah. Yes, we logged into the server. Yep. Now I want to log in from this machine to this machine. Now what I have to do? How we logged in here? I mean, with the key, right? Similar way, we have to copy that key, that PIM file, to here in this to this server, and from there we can log in. But obviously, I don't want to use that. So here also I'll set a password. Simple. So I'll just go there. I'll open. See, same thing, same everything. In every server, there will be same. So go to password authentication. It's already there. I'll just uncomment it. That's it. It's already yes was there. So I just come uncomment it. I don't need to change from yes to no. Okay, save it. I restarted. Set a password for Ubuntu user. The user is Ubuntu if you observe. Not EC-user. For that it's EC different user. For this different. Don't worry about just the names. I logged in. Now SSH. What is the user I want to log in Ubuntu at? What is the IP address? This is the one. 3.253.253.127 blah. Class for a password, yes. First time I class for yes. Permission denied. Is it correct? The IP address? It should be correct. 3.253.253.137. Okay, it's still not taking me. Somewhere we missed it. Let's log in with the key again. It's login. Let's go to what is error? Permission denied as Ubuntu user, right? UB UNTVS. This is correct. Let's see. So password authentication we kept as yes, that is correct. Next, that's the only thing we should do. But let's say it is throwing some other error. Is there any other place it is disabled? No, 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 nothing. This is correct.
I think maybe we need to update the version, apt update happen, I think.
Sorry, sorry.
First, before doing anything, I think we need to update the OS, like apt update.
If, okay, let's try. If it update won't update the OS, but let's try. Hmm. Did I restart the service? I don't remember it. Let's see the history. Mhm. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, I restarted it. Okay. Let's restart this. Let's try again. This is 123, 253, 253, 127. Let's see. Public key permission denied. It's still not accepting the key. Okay. This one. I login. Let's troubleshoot this. Let's see what is the error it is throwing. Okay, what is the error? Let's open the configuration file. Mhm. So this ROM not required. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Where we missed? Where we missed? I think we missed somewhere. Where it is? Let's see. This is current. Mm-hmm. Okay, do we need to reboot it? Let's try. Okay, all right. Let's try rebooting it. Let's see. Let's see if that works. Mhm. Reboot instance. Yes, reboot. Just a minute. It'll be done already. It should be done. Yep. Let's log in. SSH Ubuntu at IP address. See whether it will work or not. Same permission denied. No more authentication to try. Okay. It is still expecting the PEM file, even though we set the password. Uh, Got it, got it. It's still expecting the. No. Let's log in our old method only. Hmm. Password authentication. This is correct. Yes. Without login not required. This is these are all fine. Let's see. It's running now. Restart. Now let's try. Still same. It is not expecting. Why what to change here? We gave a password. There is something. Okay. Let's log in again. So oh wait. Hmm. Sending 3 to 53 on the other side. Is it not resolving? Same thing. Yeah. Let me just check thing another way. Okay, let's see. Ah, see this fucking from login. Of course, it won't allow us because I forgot to use sudo. I'll tell you what it is. So I restart systemctl restart SSH app. Yes, now exit clear. Now this is login now. Password 123. Yes, here it is. Yep. So what was the issue? Is in Ubuntu 22. I think this is Ubuntu 22. Yep. In Ubuntu 22, even though we consider this as a configuration file, yeah, this is the main configuration file. So whatever changes we'll do in this file. But there is another file in this directory SSH. So this is overriding it. If you observe, I open this file. See, here it was no, right? So I made it yes. Now it started working. So this change is over. So I just enable to yes, that's it. So let's say now let's see. This is the mission and this is another mission. I want to log in from here to there. Simply what I do, SSH, what is the username over there, Ubuntu, and what is the IP address here, what is the IP address? Yeah, this three dot something. So it will ask for password, 123. See, observe, I logged into that mission. Let's scroll up. This is my mission where we logged in, our demo mission. And in that I clicked SSH command. See, I mean, it means I want to log into the mission. And now if you observe, we logged in. That's it. If you exit, you will come back to your normal mission. See, you came back to your normal mission, right? Let's try that again. One, two, three. So you will go it. You will go. So that's as simple as that. Let's say you want to connect to this mission from that mission. Let's go here. Forget about what you're typing here. SSH. What is the user of that user? EC2 hyphen user. That is the user of that mission. What is the IP? Copy. Blah. Yes. One, two, three. See, logged in. He logged into the server. If we exit, you'll come back to this mission. This is how you log in actually. From one server to another server using SSH. Same way as how we are logging to from our mission. See, imagine our server, our Windows laptop also is a server, is a mission, right? So from one mission we are logging to another mission using SSH. The same way you log in. Is it clear? And until now, still the topic is there. Is it clear so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm, yes.
Yeah. So now you've seen this already. So just now you see it right. I can able to log in to another line any Linux server with this command, which it is fine. Now my scenario is I don't want to use the password every time. See, if I give this, it'll ask for a password. I don't want to use the password every time. Let's say my password is smaller now, so I just simply type 1234 something like that. But in reality, you can't type password every time you log into machine. It'll be a headache. I want to log into the server, the other server, whatever we created, without password. How to do it? So that's where the keys comes into picture. That's where, as I told you, right, public key, private key will be there. Those comes into the picture. So what we have to do, the process is first we have to generate the keys. So then, so first let me write the steps. First we have to generate the keys. So keys means both public and private key. Both public and private keys. Next, what you have to do? You have to copy the public key. Copy the public key to the server. To which server? To which you want to connect to. To which server you want to connect. Then try to log in. So first you have to generate the key. We'll see how to generate. Next you have to copy the public key to the server where you want to connect. It means you want to connect from this server to this server, right? So you have to copy from here to there. There is a command for copy and then try. Once you try to log in, what happens for the first time after copying the key? It will ask for the password for the first time only. Once that is done, after that, it won't ask for password. Okay, let's see. Let's see, starting with how to generate the keys. There is a command called ssh-key gen. That's it. SSH key means generate the keys. That's it. Nothing really. Okay. Just simply enter. See, generating public slash private RSA key pair. And where it's generating, it is asking you where you want to generate. By default, if you don't, this will take it this path slash home slash it is user dot ss it seems. Okay, let it generate there only. I don't want to change it. You want any password for the key? No. If you want, you can set something 1 2 3 something anything, not just 1 2 3. Confirm the password. And that's it. The keys are generated. So now what's happening here is for every user in Linux, usually if you see every user has a home directory, right? It will be in slash home slash whatever the username is. So inside that home directory, there will be a folder called .ssh. This is the home directory of this home visit user, but .ssh is not there because it's hidden. So you have to use ls-a. See .ssh folder is there. If you generate a key, see by default it went there. See by default when you generate a key with some user, it will go to his home directory into this SSH folder .sh folder. Let's go there. Oh, so many files are there. Let's see. See, these are our keys. If you observe here, this is the key, ID underscore RSC, RSC.pub. So dot ID underscore RSC is the key name. Dot pub means public key. If there is no extension, it's a private key. Got it? If there is no extension, it's a private key. It's a pub. Dot pub is a public key. So I told you here, generate a key. Okay, it's generated. Copy the public key I told. It means I have to copy this dot pub to the other server if I want to log in. So these are two are the keys. Now let's see what is this file. Something called known host. Known host is like I told you right. What is the purpose of all this? Generating the key, sharing the key. Because we don't want to use the password every time. For passwordless login, we are doing all this. Correct? Am I correct? For passwordless login, we are doing all this. So how this works is when you share a public key, as I told you here, when you share a public key to the server, the public key will be stored in the known host file. So now next time when you log in to that machine, Linux machine from this server or any server, every time whenever you log into the machine, it will check the known host key that whether it is allowed or not. So let's say now our scenario is from this server I'm trying to log in without the password. So I shared the key already. And what happens here is the known host file verifies it. Okay, this guy is trying to log in without the password. I mean, this guy trying to log in, that's it. And it will check the known host file. If the known host already exists, I mean, the configuration already exists to the known host file, it will allow. If not, it will ask for the password. That's it. So that is about known host file. So now you are sharing the key from this server to that server. I mean, that another Linux machine. Here also known host file will be there, obviously. So let's see whether it is there or not. ls minus a. See, dot ssh is the dot go to dot ssh. Yes. Known host. See, it is mandatory. I mean, everything. It is mandatory. Got it? Let's go Ubuntu user. Ubuntu user also there will be separate as of now no known host file. It will generate. Don't worry. It will generate. So this known host file is used while logging, whether to allow this machine or not. Simply you can find it by the name known host. If it is known or unknown, if it is known means it's already connected, the public key already shared, and it is stored in the known host file, so it will allow without the password. It's simple, right? Let's say you are going to some restaurant or something. If you're going regularly, the guy will identify. Yeah, he's coming. He's a regular guy, so yeah, whatever you want, just allow him. If a new guy is came suddenly, they don't know who is he. They'll ask you, who are you, where are you, so what you want, where are you staying, something like that, right? So like that, similarly here also. So now, sorry, there is, sorry, let me, yeah. First thing is, yeah, you understand these things, you can open this. There's nothing will happen. Open the private key. See, this is the private key. This private key won't share to anyone. Now, what happened here is when you log in, public key will be usually we send to some other server to with a per passwordless login. So this public key, whenever we try to log in with SSH, blah blah something, the public key will try to match to the private key. They have some algorithm internally, RSA algorithm usually we say. We call this method symmetric asymmetric process. So this will public key try to match with the private key. If they're matching, because we generated them together, right? So they'll match. If they match, they'll allow you to log in. If they don't, you'll see error. When some other is trying to log in, you can open simple. There's nothing here. Dot org. The same thing. So you understand now these and this. Forget about this one. It's same file, different old. That's it. So this is clear, right? These are used to connect to the server. A non-host file is used to connect to the server without the password because it will store your public key. When you share the public key, this is because this is the process as I told you. It will store the public key in the non-host file so that next time onwards it will allow you to log in without the password. Because once you log in, it will try to just check the file. Okay, this guy is there or not. We'll see that also. We'll see that also in live. But I'll just explain. Next is authorized keys. Let's open this. What is here? If you see, this is our demo key pair which we are logging before password. So the key is already storing here. That's it. So whatever the key pair is storing here. If you generate a new key pair from outside, if you copy something new key pair, it will store here. We'll see this also. So now our first step is we generate the key pairs. Okay, ID underscore RSA dot copy is there. Let's copy them. How to copy SSH hyphen copy hyphen ID. Where to copy? I want to copy to this user and to this machine. Three dot, three dot. So simply paste it. Obviously, it will ask for a password. See, it's already copied. Number of keys added one in this mission. You may get a doubt like I didn't specify this what to copy. I mean, public key or a private key. I didn't specify anything, but still, it's copied. You see the public key. Why? Because by default, if you use this command, it will copy the public key only, not the private key. So you don't need to specifically say that private or public key like this. Got it? Now let's go to this server. Let's go to this server. Sorry. Now I'm in Ubuntu. Obviously, there will be SSH folder .ssh. Go there, cd .ssh. Authorized keys. Let's open. There is a new key. This is key pair which we use it to log into the Linux machine for the first time. But there is another key. You see, there is another key. Why? Because we just copied the key, right? The key already it will come to here by default. See, this is the username, right, for us, and this is the IP address, obviously. So there. So this key already will come here. It means if what happens now is if some user this user tries to log in from there, it will allow without the password. Now key is copied. Shall we try? I'm just typing top comment every time because don't worry about what is on something because you already seen the top comment yesterday and the session will expire every time. That's why I don't want to log in again. I'm just trying it. Now log in with SSH. Where is the command? We went so far. Yeah, this is the command to log into the machine. But we already generated the key, already shared it. First time it will ask for a password, and second time onwards it won't. Let's see. See now also it didn't even ask password. It's already done. But when we were studying, so it asked. So yeah, that's cool. See now we didn't want to ask the password, right? This is our old server. We are logging into our new server. This is the new server, correct? See, no password. Got it? Now let's log in from here. Let's log in from this server to there, whether it works or not. Okay. Where is the in our login from here? Okay, let's try. SSH is to iPhone user. What is IP of our old server? Um, yes, this is the IP. Paste. Yes, it will ask for a password. See, we logged into the machine from here. Let's try again. Same password. See, you may get a doubt, right? So we generated the key in old server, and we copied to the key to the new server because we want to connect to the new server without the password. And we logged in from old server to new server. It asked it, it's okay without the password. Correct, right? It works only that way. So you generated the key in old server and sent to new server. It means only from old to new you can able to connect without the password. Not reverse, not vice versa. Now if you want to connect without password from new server to old server, you have to do the same thing. Just open. This is the new server. I'll generate a new key. Key gen. See, it will take home Ubuntu. This user's home directory .sh. This is the default key name. It's created. Let's go. See, it's came. It's came right. Now what you have to do is SSH hyphen copy hyphen ID. I want to copy this key. I have this command. Yeah, this is the user and this is the IP address of the old server. Oh, sorry. Paste. Obviously, it will ask for a password 123. Keys, number of keys shared one. Now let's try. See, now try logging to this machine with this command. SSH copy paste. It will give. Don't worry. See, no password. It means you have to do it both ways. Let's say server one, two, one, two are there. From one to two, you want to log in means you have to generate key in one, share it to two. And if you want to log in from two to one without password, generate a key from into and share to one. Got it? Is it clear or is it fast little? I know I told little faster today, but yeah, any doubts, please let me know. Anything?
No, no.
This topic is still not done yet. As of now, just what we have seen in SSH is how to log in, and after that, what we have seen login with password and login without asking for password with the help of keys. Okay, these are things we just now as only today all we did is just to log into the machines with password, obviously, and without password, which is very important, which is the base for all these things. Tomorrow we'll continue this topic. Tomorrow there will be class, same time, 7 o'clock. Sunday won't be there, Monday will be there, but Saturday we'll close this topic tomorrow, okay? So do practice, otherwise this all will forget this. Okay? Got it right? And same thing, I'll upload a video, so please do watch it. Yeah. So any doubts, ping in the group. I'll be available always. So even though I won't lift a call, but I'll reply to message mostly. So yeah, got it.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Bye. Bye all. Thank you.